What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Nerdy Volume Podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about Squid Game Season 2. So sit back, relax, and don't forget to turn it to 11. All right, y'all. Squid Games 2. But before we go any further, we have a special guest with us all the way back from the early days. This is the lovely Hailey, who's going to be joining us on a couple of our shows or episodes. So please give her a round of applause.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for the glaze.
I took over her spot later because she just wasn't good enough.
Oh.
Matter of fact, cut that stuff out. Like, what? No, I'm here for the glaze, guys. That's it. And Squid Game.
Squid Games was a...
Finally came out.
Yeah, dude, right? When was it? 2020, right? Or the end of 2020 is when it came out?
Was it?
Wasn't it during the podcast?
During the podcast.
During the podcast. No, during the pandemic.
COVID?
Yeah, that was one of the most binged series.
2021.
2021? When?
Yep.
2021.
So after COVID.
After COVID. Okay.
September 17th, 2021.
Okay, so people were still going out, but it was kind of locked down. Not like in Hawaii. Y'all know? Hawaii is still kind of like they have a bunch of places that you can only have so much people in Hawaii.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like when I went there 2020 in January, like we had to stand outside and they could only have like 100 people inside.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and I think Korea was pretty still like very what's the word I'm looking for? Like strict about their COVID.
Oh yeah.
Restrictions and all that in 2021.
They made apps for it for the local areas. Yeah, no, they weren't messing around.
We're here to talk about Squid Games
2.
Nice.
It's 2004. This came out in 2024. By the way, Happy New Year's, everybody.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, happy New
New
Year.
Year.
2025.
I keep forgetting it's New Year's. I mean, it's been so many days already.
Thank you for being here with us again, making it through all the way to the very end of 2024. Now we're in 2025. And we have a new, I don't know why we brought her in, but we have a new host.
He keeps saying so, but literally he has to watch out.
A guest host.
All day.
A guest host.
You guys aren't going to see him next podcast. Like, you're going to be like, where'd Leo go? Like,
Next episode, he's going to have like a black eye. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen.
Literally.
I'm waiting for that.
Yeah, he should be expecting.
But man, it took them 3 years to come out with Squid Game Season 2. I was just sitting there forever. And then I think it was... I don't know if you guys knew it dropped when I sent you the text message.
Which one?
Because I sent you a text message saying Squid Game Season 2 just dropped.
Oh yeah, you
right?
told us, yeah.
I didn't know if you guys knew that beforehand or not.
I knew it was coming out. I just didn't know when. Actually,
I knew it was coming out
because
too.
of you that I knew it was out.
I only knew because my wife got on Netflix and then she's just like, oh,
Yeah,
Squid Game 2, right?
Yeah, I watched it like the second day it came.
I was like, I looked at it and I'm like, oh, the
I thought
trailer.
it was a game. I thought it was a game because you know how on Netflix they have games that promote it, and I'm just like, I thought it was a game.
They do have a Netflix. They do have a Squid Game.
Squid Game app.
Yeah,
Like it's an app, and I thought that's what they were promoting. But then I was like, wait, no, it says I can watch it.
fantastic.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
I think going off, you see Lee Jung-jae reprising his role as Gi-yeon, as well as Lee Byung-hun as the frontman, or I think that's what he's called in the series. And it's good to see both the protagonist and the antagonist come back, and you actually get to see the frontman or Lee Byung-hun, or what's his name? I'm not really good with remembering.
I know them better
But
as their
it's
numbers.
01, right?
Yeah, he was one.
Oh, like the main man, like the one that
main
was,
bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So although that he had his name with 01 or 001, there was his name was basically 001 in the show. But the entire time I was watching it, I called him Shadow Storm because he's in G.I. Joe. You guys remember G.I. Joe?
G.I. Joe, like the
first one with Channing Tatum
from like from 2000 and what?
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
I can't remember that.
I can.
Apparently.
But no, I just remember him because he was in. Okay, so I also watched Iris, which is a Korean drama that he was on, and he was also a military guy. So getting to see him in this was really cool, especially when, I don't know if you guys remember when he broke up the fight. Remember the fight between Thanos and
Oh yeah, like when he was like all like, hey, like cut it out, like
Yeah.
like that was like cool. I was like, oh.
He was like, whoa, and he like held his neck. I was like, whoa.
Wait, who was he doing it to? He was doing it to that one guy, the Bitcoin guy, right? Like this guy. Like.
Oh yeah. He was the Bitcoin investor.
Lee Myung Ji.
This one? Yeah, that was him. Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. My brain went somewhere completely. I totally forgot that one of the antagonists' name was Thanos in this. Hey, when you mentioned Thanos, I'm like,
talking about Avengers.
he was in Avengers. How did I miss him in Avengers? And it wasn't until she said the crypto coin guy, and I'm just like, oh, Thanos is the freaking character's name. I was so behind. I'm pretty sure that camera just looked at me. Huge question mark just going over my head going, what are these two talking about right now?
Yeah. So Thanos and Lee Myung-gi, they got in a fight, or 333. They got in a fight, and the front man, or 001, stopped it. He stopped it with the quickness. Shadowstorm stopped it with the quickness. I'm sorry, like I know you don't remember it, but Shadowstorm was like the only dude that can really fight Snake Eyes. And if you ever remember G.I. Joe, Snake Eyes is probably the only person you remember. And then after that, Shadowstorm's right there, because he's strong, he's dope. But he's also a Terminator too. The front man, he was in the most recent Terminator, the one where the guy goes back in time or something like that.
They all go back in time.
They do, but no, he goes forward too. Like he's in the future. They go back. They send Arnold back in time. Then he's still the product of that future, which is kind of weird. It's a trip.
Looking at him, I know his face looked very familiar, and I could never put where I've seen him before, but it could be because of those two. Granted, G.I. Joe, like I said, came out in like the early 2000s. I could barely remember that. You
remember Dragon Ball Z?
I try not to.
90s.
No, it didn't.
Came out in the 90s.
Dragon Ball Z?
Yes.
The live action?
I didn't say live action. I said Dragon Ball Z.
Okay. Okay, I thought you meant the live action.
No.
Which I think was just called Dragon Ball, though, wasn't it?
It's Dragon Ball Evolution.
Yeah.
Which was not an evolution.
Ew.
It was
de-evolution.
It was a de-evolution.
De-evolution for sure.
Anyway, we see Gi-hun come back, and to be honest, I didn't think. Okay, so like I was hoping that it was going to be a cliche entrance back into the game. Like he was going to be playing the same 6 games that we all remember, right?
Definitely thought that was.
I thought that was going to be the case, and apparently I was wrong. I was infinitely wrong.
Only the first game was the same.
Only the first game, yes.
The green light, red light, light, green light.
But I feel like that one is just to throw people off. Like it's just it's gonna be the same game.
Definitely throw us off for sure, because we were like, oh yeah. You know what I liked about it? We kind of went into watching this like we went into the games the same way. What's the main character's name?
Gi-hun.
Or also what is he? 364?
456.
456. Like we went into it the same way he did, right? We all went in assuming, oh, we know the games, we know everything that's gonna happen. How many times did you guys yell, "Look at the walls! Look at the walls!"
Oh, bro, that was the first thing. Yeah, as soon as they walked in,
it's like, just look at the walls. You'll have the games on there.
But remember now, like just like us, he had 3 years, and he probably didn't remember that little detail.
The walls?
But I don't even think he noticed the walls. Did he? Like, did he ever point them out and be like, "Oh, the games are on the wall"?
No, nobody. Nobody in the games, like in the first season, ever mentioned the walls.
So I don't think he would have noticed either. I still don't think he noticed.
Well, I think there's a certain amount of people that are supposed to be left, and when that happens, all the beds are kind of in the center.
Yeah.
And then that's when you see the walls, which I thought was a crazy.
It was the greatest, the greatest Easter egg singing. Like, oh my gosh, the games have been on the wall. If you just paid attention to the walls, you would have been able to win all these games, or at least know what was coming up, right? So, but talking about the walls, on the walls, you can only see one game on the wall really well, and it's some kind of like monkey bar game because you just see them all, like a bunch of players like holding on, and obviously, spoiler alert, if you haven't figured that out yet, this show ends halfway. It leaves us in a cliffhanger, right? Which, by the way, was the most annoying freaking ending of my life. I mean, like, really? What, do we have to wait another 3 years for another season to come out?
I mean, they say it's gonna come out this year, no?
Yeah. I mean, I would hope so.
I'm so excited.
But that game hasn't shown up yet. And I'm guessing that game is gonna be hardcore because.
But did you guys see they're gonna add, like, you know, the doll?
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna add a boy version of that, and they're saying it's either gonna be Jack and Jill or different. They're not sure, and they're saying that the pregnant girl, who is that? Her, player 200. They're saying she's gonna die.
Of course, she's gonna die.
I mean, yeah, but like, I don't want her to die.
Well, she's about to give birth too.
Oh, like she's like.
That's what they said. They one of the ladies, the mom, 149. She's the one that said like, "Oh, you're about to burst any minute now." I'm like, what? I was like, she's so tiny.
See, like I don't think they're gonna go through all the games. So like after that, maybe they'll go through a few more, but I don't think they're gonna go through all. And I think player 456 is gonna find a way to escape. Like I feel like he's gonna find another way because I don't think I think one out of like you know how 333 and 222 have a thing going on because like that's his kid too. Like I feel like one of them is gonna, then like the kid is gonna survive.
I think if any of the two would die first, it'd probably be the 333, the Bitcoin guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It would probably be in to protect her.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Sure.
And you know, you already said spoilers, but so I want to kind of go dive deep in with this part. So Gi-hun went into this game with a plan to stop it. But what was really mental about how he was going about it is that they're always watching. You know, as soon as you make any kind of contact with any other people, they're already watching you. So the moment he found the recruiter guy or Gong Yoo, he should have known that people were watching. He should have written down all of the stuff and then like pass it over. You know, nothing should have been spoken. You know what I mean? Everything should be just kind of very just hush hush. But he was talking. You know, he bought that huge hotel. They did the whole, you know, the shooting stuff in there, which I don't know how he got away with. I guess money can really just make it so like live rounds is quiet.
Bro will never die poor again. Did you see? 3 years have passed by, right? I'm guessing in the game 3 years have passed by too.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. He said it's been 3 years.
When they went to the room with all the money was at, and only like the little corner in the end was like you know, dwindled down, and he still had the entire king side bed still full of money. I'm like,
and you know, that's not all of it.
Homie hasn't even touched this stuff.
It's not all of it too, because remember, whatever was in the pig remember how it fails? Whatever was in the pig was his, and that pig is bigger than that bed.
Yeah,
yeah.
Sure. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking about because it's like that's like
4.5.
like, it's different currency, right? Like it's different currency, so obviously it's gonna be like at least.
Well, it was 4.56 billion won, right?
Yeah.
So, maybe like
so you got every one is
almost,
1,000.
Yeah, it's almost like 1,000 won per $1.
Million. I want to say I want to be like 50 million, maybe 60 million.
Yeah, it's somewhere around there.
But yeah, like that's a lot of money. And he's just like chilling there. He's like, I'll give you whatever you want. I was like, oh, so there's more. I was like, then I thought about how big that pig was.
That pig was huge.
That's huge. I was just like, okay. Going about how Gi-hun was trying to, you know, he was going to try to make people not desire money. I was like, half of the people that they select are people that want money.
That are in debt. That are in so much debt.
But they're in debt because of their greed. Like, you know what I mean? Like a lot of the people, they probably have faced other people that said, nah. You know, like I don't want to do it, and they'll never see the game. So they'll go for more desperate people. That's the people that show up are the desperate ones.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. So Gi-hun is trying to change their mind. And I was just like, bro, you forget these were people they were desperate.
They were like you.
Yeah.
Like him, you know.
Exactly. They were just like him. Yeah, exactly. The whole reason he was there, and he saved a lot of lives though in that first game.
Yeah, he did, but then I feel like it's like you see someone get shot and like you were not expecting that, so obviously you're like.
Yeah, I think the reaction was
of a bee. I mean, I would do it. I can't even say nothing. I would have moved if I saw.
Yeah, if you saw a bunch of people just get shot in front of you.
No, I mean like
you're built different if you could just stand there and watch somebody just boom. What in the world is happening right now?
No, but like I'm talking about Thanos' girl. What was that one? I don't remember.
Which one?
Oh, the girl that he was trying to get with?
Mina?
Yeah.
Yeah, she got the bee?
Yeah, the bee. Like, I would have crushed out too if I saw a bee by my neck. Like, I would have been like I would have lost. I would have got shot, right?
Well, yeah, because nothing happened yet.
Yeah, nothing had happened.
She had never been there. Nothing happened yet. And she's like, I moved, dude. And once Thanos saw that, he was just like, oh, okay, this is for real.
And he took a pill real quick.
And
then he killed people on his own. He shoved that whole group.
Yeah.
And he just started laughing about it.
Because he was on drugs. Yeah.
I mean, he was definitely on.
He was on one.
He was crazy.
Molly or something.
But so apparently.
By the way, just so you know, it's about $3 million. That's what 4.56 billion won is. Close to 3,100,000.
Only 3 million?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
3 USD. Okay.
Which makes sense because you just dropped 3 zeros from the billion, and that's what kind of.
And he didn't buy, and he's buying from the black market, so they're probably the prices are different, probably.
Well, and you have to also think like this. He doesn't want this money. This money means absolutely. He was the shark guy and his crew. He was like, hey, if you figure out where the recruiter guy is, I'll give you, what was it, like 10 million won or whatever it was. He was like wanting to give him.
Yeah.
Like,
it was
trying to give away the money.
No, it's 500 million.
Yeah, that's what it was.
500 million to find the recruiter.
The recruiter.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
When the short guy died.
Yeah, bro. The boss.
Yeah, the boss. My heart. I felt bad. Like, you only met this guy for like 10 seconds. You hated him in the first one.
It was literally like a mini game right there. Like,
Yeah, a mini game.
Oh, that guy is crazy. The recruiter.
Yeah, he is crazy. And did you guys see the whole thing he did with the homeless, where he just threw their bed instead of stomp?
Yeah.
But, I mean, he was smart.
He bought
for
it
that.
for them. He bought it for them, but none of them took it. They took the scratch. Yeah.
I think this show does a great job of showing, like, first of all, like the social economic divide, right? And then on top of that, the greed and desperation of people. Like the homeless scene was such a great scene, because you think about it. These people are homeless, right? They don't eat, or rarely get to eat food. He's giving them the chance to actually eat food, or what was it? You had to get 3 in a row or 4 in a row, the lottery ticket, right? And the majority, I think only one homeless person pick the food from the scenes that we were shown. Only one homeless guy's like, yeah, give me the bread or whatever it was, right? And I'm just like, what a great example of Squid Game in general. Is we get the opportunity. We could either live and take whatever cash is up there, or we could just die and maybe have an opportunity to win the 4.56 billion won. Right. And they're just like, yeah, I'd rather take the 1 out of 456 chance of winning.
Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy.
And Gi-hun was just like, he was just so baffled after every round, right? Yeah. Why did people want to go home? I was like, because they are desperate for the money. It has nothing to do with their lives. Like, their livelihood, obviously some of them didn't want to just die. You know what I mean? But those ones that didn't want to die ended up dying because they started the game.
Yeah.
They and what was really good about how they set the games up is that they're told, you guys don't need to play. So if you don't want to play, leave now. They all have that option.
They all had a choice. And I don't know, I just think like what's it called? I just feel like they were in such a desperate like situation that it was like, even if they went home, it was like they were still gonna struggle just as in Squid
for
Game.
Sure.
Like they pretty much said the difference whether they stayed in the Squid Games or
well,
that's what they were saying.
And that, I mean that I guess
like the people that were O's. Talking about the voting situation, that was pretty crazy.
That was.
Yeah, and I think it's like you look at what's his name?
Main guy? 456, yeah.
Right? What is his name?
Gi-hun.
Gi-hun. Right? You look at Gi-hun. Gi-hun, he's looking at this from the perspective of already winning a game, right? And he's like, why does everybody want to win this game? You'll all die. But you kind of have to remember him as he was in the first season, where he was like, no, I just want to, I want to win 4 billion won. I want to live the rest of my life comfortably. And it wasn't until you start seeing herds of people are dying, and then you're just left with the few people that are around you that are really close, and you're like, oh shoot, I have to kill this person if I want to win, and that's where the reality hits. It's like, yeah, this is blood money, this is not something I want anymore. But no, yeah, the circle and X's, you're just sitting there going, why are you like, the first one, I think they were off by 1, right? Yeah. The circles won by 1, and then the second time, the friend decides he's gonna go with the circles, and you're just like, why? Why are we doing this? Already knows that guy. I mean, true.
I just felt so bad for Gi-hun at the end. Like, he's just like, so, like, are you done with your little game, right? And I was like, I couldn't. You know how normally you try to figure out what you can do in that situation. That was one situation I could not figure out what he'd do. I have no idea where I was just like, how exactly are you going to get out of this? Because they own the area. I mean, your men hasn't even infiltrated yet. That should probably give you an indication like, oh, they probably have something to combat that. And and what about the ship guy? The guy that was riding them, the cop and all them?
Bro.
Oh my God.
Did you guys catch that? I didn't think
I did.
He would.
I did. You know what did you figure out that he was part of the bad guys?
No, I did not.
Really?
I didn't. Yeah.
You know what I was like, the first time you meet him and stuff, I was just like, oh, he saved
little sailor guy.
Yeah, he saved this dude or whatever, right. And he's just helping him out.
Yeah.
But the moment I realized, I'm like, oh no, this guy is on the other team. There was when Ji-hun, right? Ji-hun gets taken to the island, and they all get on the ships. It's like, all right, you guys are gonna go that way, and you guys are gonna go that way. And the cop guy is talking to the captain, and they're having a conversation. And then the leader of the elite squad team guy, he comes, and there's a look in the captain's face, like
Oh,
the
that
camera
look?
pans
Yeah,
on
I've
him,
seen that.
right? And then he starts doing something as you can see him in the camera as the cop is talking to the leader of the crew. You can see him doing something, and I'm like, what is this guy doing? And at that moment, I was like, yo, either he's giving like some kind of directions or something to somebody, letting them know that this is happening. And I'm like, this guy is bad. And that makes me so sad because I really like the captain.
Absolutely.
He was really cool.
He seemed like a sweet old guy that's just helping somebody out. But
Never trust an old sweet man.
I know.
Yeah. I thought it was weird, though, because, I mean, like, you just saw someone die and you're still down the road.
Right. That's true.
That was a big indicator.
Very,
Like,
very much like willing to help.
yeah.
I'm like, why?
But then too, he was also like, no. Like I feel like he just didn't want them to look because he knew they were close like that. Like you
That
know
makes
that
sense,
island they went where it exploded. That
Yeah.
looked very similar to.
It did.
It
Yeah.
looked super
I think it was
similar.
supposed to be.
Yeah.
And they were led there.
Yeah, and I think I genuinely was there, but it's just like where he had came in, it exploded, and then it kind of threw them off because it's like, oh, it's
Yeah, right.
No, it's definitely there.
yeah, right.
There'd be no reason to booby trap that like that trap door that was there that they opened and died. Yo, those soldiers, by the way, like they lost I think it was 2 or 3 soldiers or whatever, and then one was like, all bandaged up. Is like, yeah, we're ready to keep going. And he's like, yeah, but that guy is hurt. We should take him to the hospital. And he looks at like, hey, are you good to go? He's like, yeah, I'm ready to go. And I'm like, what in the world?
I mean, they're like more like mafia, no? Like
They're
or
mercenaries.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, they were mercenaries.
Yeah.
They're all military guys at some point. They're all mercenaries. But I was like, dang, these guys are.
Yeah, I was like, they're legit.
How much money are they getting?
Yeah.
Because they're not doing this out of loyalty.
And that goes to show how strong the boss was, because it was his second hand that got those people, you know?
Yeah.
So, and you know what's crazy is I like that guy, the second hand man.
Yeah.
Because he was the dad, So-Moon's dad in Uncanny Counter.
Yes.
And I'm just like, oh, it's the dad. But seeing how useful he was, it made it that much sadder about the boss dying. Dude, I'm like, wow. I was like,
and the guy puts out 2 rocks and he's like, oh, shoot. And then the boss decides to let himself die in the process instead of killing the other guy. I was like, that is. Oh, I was so mad. And I'm so happy. We do have to give it to the recruiter guy. Yeah. Because he kept to the rules of the games he played.
Oh, yeah.
Because when he played against Ji-hoon and
end,
he lost, he just like, boom, just shoots himself. I'm like,
oh my gosh! And did you guys see too that you can see like when player 456 was talking to somebody, and you can see the guy in the back moving, the recruiter in the back still moving, and it was like people were like,
I didn't see that.
I did not
got
see
tired.
that.
They said he got tired of just laying there, and he started moving and stuff. Like he was like moving. Like he forgot the cameras were rolling. Like yeah.
I gotta watch that part.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember what
hilarious.
part, but it's like he's in the back, obviously not focused in on him, but like
Right.
you can see his hand moving and his eyes twitching. I'm moving around.
can
I'm
only-
like,
That's
oh,
hilarious.
Yeah.
You can only pretend to be dead for so long.
I know, yeah. I was
Before
like,
you're
I mean, I wouldn't be able to lay there either.
It's itchy.
And like, my eyes twitch.
Like, why is the
Yeah,
cloth
no.
itchy right now?
No, yeah.
Oh man, that's funny. I didn't catch that. I'll have to go back to that episode.
So there are some cool things that I've been learning about outside of the show, but more that has to do with some of the actors. So one of the things was between 196. So the girl that played 196, Song Ji-woo, she is the first one to die in the second season, right, in the games. And after that, like, I guess in Korea, she had such a great response because of her whole her whole attitude. Like, she was like, "Can I wear one of the pink ones? Because I like pink, instead of the green." And I guess that was made it very popular in Korea. That they're like, "Who's that?" And when they died, she was like one of the more popular ones that people still talk about. And then so I started reading up on it. I was like, oh, I guess she is pretty popular. On TikTok, on Instagram, you see that she's brought up a lot. She's like, oh, beautiful girl. I was like, yeah, sure. I was just like, oh, she's gone because of a bee. I'm like, and then then I saw in some of the comments, they're like, but what about 380? And that's the girl, Won Ji-yeon. That was with Thanos, Nuna. I guess they wanted to call her Nuna.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So that girl, and that's when you meet the you were saying earlier, Minsu was a VIP.
No, yeah, wait.
Right there.
Yeah.
David Lee.
Yeah, because they were saying if you looked on, like, you know, when you search up Google the characters and stuff, and it says like the role they play on his, it said VIP. Like it says the VIP. Like,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Of his character or is David Lee's?
Like it says, so you search up like actors of Squid Game, and then it shows the roles like, oh, main protagonist this.
Yeah.
This, and for him it said VIP.
That's funny.
Yeah, and it's crazy. I'm like, what a crazy spoiler. Like they don't even think about it, and they just put it. But you can just search it up, like it's out there.
Yeah, I'll look it up. Yeah.
Wait, like VIP, like he's a VIP
Like
member?
a VIP.
I thought he was a VIP, which is a Big Bang fan.
Oh no, like
They're called VIPs.
like you guys know in season 1, like the
Yeah,
VIPs, the ones
You
that
got
wore the animal masks.
the rich people up at
Yeah,
Oh.
he's a VIP.
That's what they're saying. What?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's crazy.
Oh, you're
I
saying
thought you
he was
because
following
Top is in there.
Thanos.
Yeah, because he was in
it's 'cause
Thanos.
He's a VIP. Like it
Oh,
says,
I see. I am a fool. Look at me. Look at us.
Following in her dad's footsteps, being an Easter egg guy. Look at that.
guys, no, it's just okay, guys.
We got. By the way, just so you guys know, Randolph is here. He's in the back.
He's in the back right there. He's
controlling the
handling
cameras.
everything.
He just gave Hailey
He said
that
that I'm too
thumbs
loud.
up.
Yeah. Guys, I'm an Instagram real fiend, and I know this.
Yeah,
Yes.
That's why we always gotta have a
Yes.
young person in the crew.
Yeah.
Guys, and
definitely.
TikTok too, guys. But then too, I wouldn't expect him to be a VIP because he looks so soft. Like he does not. Look,
That's the reason though, because he's soft looking.
yeah, he looks like so.
Dude,
and then
I
Trudy-
hate him though.
No, I hate him too, and that's probably
How
why
dare
he's
he
a
do that to
VIP.
380?
He's a VIP because he didn't help her.
But
Wait, this is the guy who let Nuna die,
Yeah.
yes,
right? I completely agree.
he's a coward.
The worst of the worst. Like Thanos is annoying, and he's like the bad guy you want to die, but you want him to die because he's just a bad guy. Like you don't deserve.
No good intentions
Yeah.
or nothing.
You don't deserve the 4.5, right?
Right.
Him, you want him to die because he's just a piece of trash.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
girl protected you from the beginning
Yeah.
and tried to protect
And
you
yeah.
throughout the entire games. And the moment she needs you, you do what? Throw a bottle down the thingy? Okay, thanks a lot, I guess.
Okay, but you see what they say too, or what I think too, is that like that's such a realistic response. Like it's in the moment. Like you're like, this is a first. Like maybe he's not VIP. Maybe it's just a mistake. But like you're in the moment. You see someone get killed, and that's your first time ever seeing someone killed, and you're just like, what do I do? Like you throw a bottle, you miss. And I feel like it's such like I would not jump on somebody I just met this person. I would not jump on somebody.
You know
like,
what?
Knowing they have a for killing.
I accept that as an answer
Yes,
for
like,
sure.
I'd be
like
so
I would like to
scared.
believe that if it was me, I would have jumped off that bunk
I
and
know,
landed
I
feet
know.
first in that
Yeah.
guy's head.
Uh-huh.
That's what I would like to believe. Now,
Yeah.
is that the truth about my character, or would I cowered away at the top two? I don't know until the
I don't-
situation
I'd
happens.
probably
Thank
cower.
God I never have to
Yeah,
go through that
yeah.
moment, right? As a spectator, I look at him and all I can think of disgust for him and go, I hope that when you die, it is a horrible and painful death.
And you feel it. You feel it.
Because you
The
see, that's what I
betrayal.
felt about player 388. Like when he had all the bullets.
Okay.
Oh, that
But-
makes sense though.
Yeah.
He was going through some trauma.
Okay, first of all, he's not a Marine.
Yeah.
He's not?
No, he faked that.
He had a class, right?
No. He lied though. That is a fake. That you could tell it was fake because when he was
It looked just like the old man's one.
yes, just because you get a tattoo doesn't mean that you're part of that crew, right?
It's true.
But the reason why I know is because there I can't remember who was it, number one or somebody else. Somebody made a comment about the military and he couldn't answer the question, right?
Oh yeah.
And so in my head, I was like, "Oh, is he really in the military?" My guess, and I could be wrong. My guess is he's not. He didn't freeze because of like PTSD. My guess is he froze because he's never been in the military and he's never been in combat.
Right.
Because I would think, and this is a very uneducated guess, and people who have PTSD would probably can respond to this. But I would imagine that someone who has got even if they have PTSD, if they're put in a situation where like that kind of like action is needed, that the
muscle
training,
memory,
the muscle memory,
I feel
the
like-
training would take over and they would still fight.
Yeah.
Like player
Right?
120, like she went straight into action.
Yeah,
Like that
yeah.
was
Right.
was crazy.
Exactly.
Like it was like muscle memory.
100%. She was like, "All right, this is an
the way
MP5.
she
This is how you cock it."
commanded.
I'm like, "Okay." Here we
She said
go.
she was a sergeant, right?
Yeah, she was a
Yeah,
sergeant.
yeah. So I'm like, yeah, that's different from just the Marine. Like that person was a leader of those guys. You know what I mean?
So
like,
I think he was fake. He was what do you call it? What is the word I'm looking for?
Fraud.
No, but there's a word for people who dress in military clothes, but they're not part of the military. I think it's like fake
Cosplayers.
fake,
Oh.
fake.
Sorry.
Not that.
Oh man, I can't remember the word, the phrase, but yeah, it's people who like to they'll buy like a Marines uniform
Just to get
and
that
then
discount.
yeah, or get the girls or whatever the case, and they'll dress up in military.
Oh.
And there's a phrase for those kind of people, and I just for whatever reason it's slipping my mind right now, but he's definitely one of them in my opinion. He wasn't real.
Agreed.
He wasn't a real military.
I thought so too. I was like, maybe he's a fake, but I was like, but the old man has it.
The old man is definitely Marines, but
Yeah.
you saw how he kicked into action. He
Yeah, he
didn't
did.
freeze. He was like, "Let's go!" And he died too, and that was very sad. That was a
Yeah.
heart-wrenching moment, right? And you know what? It's kind of his fault because if he said no the second time they voted, they would have been okay. They would have been able to get it, but he said yes. He got a little selfish there, and he paid the consequences at the very end. Although it makes me sad that he did, but it is what it is. Now, can we talk about number one? Can we
Shadow
talk
Storm?
about
Let's do it.
Shadow Storm.
Let's
First
go.
of all,
Lee
when I
Byung-hun.
saw him come in, the first thought I had was, Ji-hoon, don't trust number one. The old man was number one in the first one. Never trust number one.
I know, right?
Why do the people in charge of the games always put themselves as number one? By the way, he had me confused the entire time. Sometimes I was like, okay, no, he's really wanting the game to move forward. And then other times he was like protecting people or defending people or going, and I'm like, wait, is Ji-hoon getting to his heart? Is he really making him change? And then we get to the end of the season, and I'm like, no.
Actually, someone spoiled it for me, and someone said that it wasn't the end, right? Or like at 7, it's not the end, but that's what the season ended on.
Right.
And I was like, what? And I was looking up certain characters, right? So I could do some of to talk about this. And then all of a sudden, I saw season 1, season 2, and then season 3. And I was like, season 3, 2025. What? And so I'm like, so it's a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
And then all over my TikTok, all over my Instagram, all over even my Facebook, they just started talking about it. It was just like, they're going to do it. But 01 or 001, so I don't know if you guys noticed, but he tried to do it with his right hand. But in the when he was a frontman, he moved things with his left. He's a left-handed person. So he's trying to do it with the right hand to make him kind of like, remember.
Disadvantage?
Yeah,
like
disadvantage.
a disadvantage.
Or not disadvantage, but so he could try to be incognito. But because he was wasting too much time, he switched to his left hand and he got it going.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, you gotta go. Yeah, dude. I was on my on my phone. I have the Google news, and it told me of that. And so it was on ScreenRant.com, I believe. And it was just like, what's a thing you probably didn't realize that the frontman did or 001 did. I didn't notice that. And they literally show you that he was trying to do it with his right hand, trying to let it go, but it kept falling over. And then at the last minute, he did with his left hand, and then it spun.
Shady, like he's so shady.
Super shady.
Like okay, during the Mingo game, is that what it's called? The Mingo game, the one where it's like, they
oh
have
yeah,
to
you
run
gotta
through
choose.
He's
You have to choose.
He was so shady for killing that person. Like it was either like killer instinct or he was just trying to make everyone survive. But at the same time, it's like he did it so flawlessly, so effortlessly. That's shady to me. Like that's like that should give him like, oh no, he's not just someone that wants to help his wife get better. Like he's something else. Like
yeah, for sure.
You don't just kill nobody like that.
But here's a question for you. Do you think that if he didn't kill that person in the last room, do you think he would have got shot? Do you think the squares would have shot him?
Yes.
You think so?
Yes. Because so it goes circle, triangle, and then squares.
Correct.
So I think, and only squares know who that guy is. So if the circles or triangles are the ones shooting him, they don't know who.
So
I believe.
Here's the interesting. Like I'm pretty sure in season 1 it was the same. And I'm pretty sure everybody got this, but I didn't really pay attention to it until this time because I remember my wife and I talking about the shapes of their faces and like, oh, what did that mean? But definitely season 2 clarified it for me. I don't know why I didn't see it in the first one, but circles are just the servers, they're the helpers. They're grunts. They do work. Triangles are the killers.
The officers.
And then the squares are definitely the head honchos.
Yeah.
Right, the ones in charge. But no, I wonder if that's the reason why he ended up. I mean, he killed them anyways because.
But you see, I feel like because like in the rooms they have cameras.
They do.
So I feel like they would
with the triangles.
Like, hey,
Yeah.
They would tell the person with the triangle like, oh, there's an extra person in there. Like, don't like they would shoot him, but like you know how they were shooting them in the legs.
Yeah.
And then just putting him in the boxes.
Yeah, so they can extract their organs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I feel like they would do that to him, but then just take him to go get back there. watching.
But I think he's not a part of that plan. So the people that are harvesting the organs are a completely separate entity.
Yeah, I was just gonna say to come back to the organs people, right?
Yeah.
Because I just want to say one more thing. Personally, I want to say one more thing about number one. And I thought this was pretty interesting. Because we know who he is, right? And we're screaming at Ji-hoon the whole time, like, pay attention, this guy's not good, right? But when they were sitting in their little circle and they were talking about, hey, tonight they're gonna come and kill us. The circles are gonna come and they're gonna attack us because they want to win and all this because they failed the first vote, right? They tied up.
Mm-hmm.
In that moment, Ji-hoon is talking to them and he mentions that they're being watched. Right, and when he says that, everybody, the camera pans from up down. Everybody looks up except for number one. Everybody is like looking around like this, and he just stares straight at them because he already knows they're being watched. Right, and I was like, "Yo, this is crazy!" Like the little.
I didn't even notice that.
No,
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, he just as everybody just stares up, he just staring directly at Ji-hoon the whole time because he's also watching them.
Yeah.
Right, and so I was just like, "Yo." Like the hints are there. Pay attention. This homie is bad. Right? But he played his part really well. He kept me confused. I'm like, is he turning good? And then he kills that one guy in that room, and I'm like,
it makes you question. And you saw how the guy that was in the Marine, he was gonna tell
You're gonna tell Ji-hoon?
yeah, and then he got cut off or something by
01 or 001, yeah. It is weird. I agree. Like that guy played it well. Like he played the thing too. Like Gi-hoon was against the system.
Yeah.
And so anybody that's in front of him isn't the system, even though he knows that it's possible. Being as one of his final partners was a head guy. And what's crazy about
the head guy?
Yeah,
the old man you're talking about, right?
The old man. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the head guy for the VIPs. He wasn't the front man because the front man was still.
Yeah, no.
001.
Yeah, 001 is the front man, but the old man was the one in charge of the entire thing. He was the
funding
guy,
it, right? He was funding it, right?
Yeah, he was the guy at the top, right? The front man answered to him. That's what his position was.
Yeah.
He was serious. And 001, correct, right? That he is the brother of the police officer, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And he even explained it stuff too. He explained. Are we on a timeout? Right? Oh, sorry. He explained that his situation about his wife and stuff.
Which is probably a lie.
Well, remember now, the police officer had a fight with his mom saying that why did he save me and not his wife?
Mm.
You remember that? Yeah, I remember that, right? The officer had a fight with his mom saying why did Hyung have to do that, this and that, whatever. And I'm all like, what?
I didn't even think about it.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like, huh. And so I had to kind of like go back, but then I'm like, I didn't go back to the officer and the mom talking. But that was one thing that didn't make any sense. I was like, so was that an honest answer or was that not an honest answer? I had that kind of
I mean, I don't know that. Like, it's crazy to think that now he is in there, and I feel like it's also because he wants to see their strategies. Player 456 comes up. Like, I wonder how he went. And then, like, also, too, I feel like, I don't know. Like, I feel like he had an idea that
sabotage everything.
Yeah.
And he definitely stopped that from happening. That whole scene at the end where they catch all the
ammo thing was crazy too. Like,
that was so frustrating.
It was stressful because it was like, no, like you didn't check that pocket. Like he has ammo right there and you didn't check it. It was just like,
I was just like, why didn't you take all of the ammo with you the first time? Why did he have to come back to the room to get all the ammo for?
I think it was for the plot.
You guys picked didn't you grab all the ammo to begin with? They literally checked all the bodies.
They didn't know they had him in the. They did not know they had pockets yet.
I guess that's the case.
They just
you would think you'd do a very thorough check of him, of all the bodies before you're like, hey, we got to go out there now because you have a finite amount. But the whole fighting scene was crazy. Yeah. Really dope. I loved that I don't know what her name is.
Hyunju, the sergeant?
Sergeant, yeah. Like that whole scene was just sick, and she's just like, all right, let's go, and like, cover me, and she's like running around, just like shooting.
I really do love her character. I love her character so much.
So I loved her character so much, especially when she slapped that lady that was like,
oh my gosh, I know.
Oh heavens. And
the shaman woman?
Yeah, she's like, step on it. She's like,
oh my god.
She's like, dead. Blood on. She slapped the heck
Yo.
out of him, dude.
I mean,
Oh.
but it makes sense. Like she was in the military beforehand. Like stress is not a problem for her. She knows how to deal with that well. So like she was just cool as a cucumber all the way through. But that whole last scene, with one, I was like, we're gonna go flank them from behind, and those two guys that are going with them, and they're like coing up, and I'm like, well, you're probably gonna die, aren't you? And then they get shot in the back, and I'm just like, dang, I was really hoping 001 was really changing hearts,
I
but I
know.
guess not.
There's gonna be a lot of sad deaths in the next one.
Bro, there's already a
know.
sad one. You know which was another super sad death? The little girl's dad.
I don't think he
Wait, he
died.
didn't die.
I don't think he died.
He didn't die.
You don't know.
Oh, but he could be. He
because
could be.
because
in
they
the next
pointed a
season.
gun at him, right?
Yeah.
And then it switches scenes, and you just hear boom.
It's possible.
Right now, could it be that 11 came and saved his life? 11, by the way, is one of the triangles, and she was the one who was dressed in the
Oh yeah,
the rabbit.
the rabbit. Yeah,
Oh my
And-
gosh, that little
and-
girl was so cute.
Yeah,
I felt
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
bad. It was
She has
so
cancer.
sad.
dude. Yeah.
yeah. She had some. Kind
That's
of
crazy.
cancer.
That
And that's why the dad was in the games because
Yeah.
he's trying to get money.
How
for
was it though when 11 switched up? Before the game started, like you would think that she was going to be a participant, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But she was an officer.
Yeah,
bro.
that was crazy. And you know what? You know what it should have been the aha moment for that when the guy came and gave her the card. He just gave her the card and walked away. I'm like, wait, she's not playing a game. Why does she have to play a game?
Oh yeah, that's right.
And
yeah.
so it didn't occur to me. And then when she like gets in the
That
the
was a
pink
crazy
outfit, I'm like,
plot.
that's why she got only a card. She's not a participant. She's
Yeah.
one of the people. And then when she's like got a sniper in her hand and everything, and
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you're a triangle.
But you
Yeah,
see,
yeah.
Even worse.
yeah. Did you guys see how she didn't like the organ,
Yeah.
organ?
Yeah,
thing?
yeah,
She
yeah.
would just kill them on the spot. I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, the organ thing is not supposed to be happening,
Yeah.
right?
It's
not
That's
supposed to
a
be, yeah.
like
It's like a side hustle for these
black
guys.
market situation
Yeah.
happening. Now, does the front man know that the Oregon people are happening?
I don't think so. Neither did the old man.
Right. They're
Yeah.
they're playing an honest game, honest in the sense that they're following their rules. But then you have the Oregon people who are doing something completely different at the same time, right?
Right.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but she was just killing them. And then they decided to corner her, and I was just, I hope she gets her justice and shoots those dudes between the eyes.
I know.
Cause two of them.
I think they shot him like how they did with the organ, like put him in the box. Cause I think they did, and then you see how in the fire, like where they burned people, like he just dropped down, like his box dropped down and didn't.
I think the dad will probably die in the next season, and the girl is gonna take care of the daughter. And if not
Number
that, Gi-hoon's gonna take care of her. Like somehow the daughter's gonna be all right. They better.
I think
What
11.
if the daughter dies?
You really went there, dude.
She was
She
on.
really did.
She was
Oh, guys, that's gonna be the last.
Guys, it's like a big possibility.
It
no,
is a big
it's
possibility.
true. But I definitely think if the dad dies, 11 will take care of the kid
I
because
didn't know her name was 11. But
well,
I keep
her name
getting
is
mixed
not
up with
11. Her number is
I know
11. She was number 11 in the
Yeah.
from the triangles.
Her room number.
Yeah.
Oh,
She was
and locker.
Well, no, and they
Okay.
called her 11
'Cause
they
I
don't know
didn't
each other's
realize-
names.
I didn't realize, they didn't do any of the.
Yeah. All right,
There's
here's
no
a
way.
question for you guys from our producer in the back.
All right.
Who do you think? I don't want to take the credit. That's why I said I'm not smart enough for this. Who do you think, if it reaches all the way to the end, the last three people who that are gonna be the top three guys or people?
Top three. Well, okay. First thing I'll answer. I don't think there's going to be only 3 people like in the first game. I think it'll probably be maybe like 10 or 11
Do you think? Oh, at the end for the last game.
for the last game, the Squid Games. Yeah, I think there's going
Yeah.
to be more than 3 people.
You think so? Interesting.
But if there was only top 3, I'm gonna say it's going to be Gi-hoon. It's going to be either 333 or 222. One of them.
Is that the pregnant?
The pregnant
big
couple.
one, right? Or like the.
Yeah, and then the last one will probably be
I think it's gonna be
maybe
player
that old man.
450.
Yeah, he's gonna be there.
Who?
456.
450?
Gi-hoon.
Yeah,
Make-
Gi-hoon.
Gi-hoon. One of the pregnant couple, and the old man, the one that wants to keep playing.
I
That
hope
old
not.
man.
Golly.
I feel like he's gonna survive a while.
You don't think VIP is gonna survive?
He could
I feel like
possibly
he's gonna
survive.
get exposed that he's a VIP, but then he's gonna die. I don't think he's gonna be
Yeah.
alive for long.
I think there's gonna be a coward team. and this is where we're gonna lose the mom of the.
Oh my gosh, I know that one's gonna be so.
Cause he already left his mom that one time.
But they dragged him out. Like they took him.
Yeah, but he could have left. He didn't.
I mean, okay.
Yeah.
The way they had him.
They had him. They had him pretty
like, they
tight.
grabbed him by the arm.
Yeah, he was trying.
I would have dead weighted, dog.
Okay.
Dead weighted, dog.
Oh
I'm gonna
my
tell you right now,
God.
but like I mean, I was just like, good luck, sir, sirs. Good, and then I'll just start wiggling. You know what I mean? Like
Oh
I was just
my
like,
God.
I was like, nah, mom's over there, dog. You know, and so I think that these three should be on the team. So we have 007, 44, which is the lady that prays, and Coward Boy 125.
007 is
The son and the mom.
Oh, yeah.
So I
that
wanna-
is 007.
Yeah, the son and the mom's gonna be in teams with the prayer lady and 125, and the other lady that is like kind of like her underling. You guys remember her? She was the one that kind of made it even.
So
Ooh,
the
The
shaman,
lady, the shaman lady has like a woman.
yeah.
underneath
That
her.
one girl who, lady who follows
I
her
think they're
around.
gonna be on a team next, and they're gonna
Oh.
die.
I hope so. The shaman woman needs to die.
If
The old
If
man,
not that, they're gonna all get the mom.
the old man
the
who
mom
owes what? How much did he owe? Like
Like,
30 billion.
yeah.
He owed so much. I'm like,
dead.
bro.
No, he owed
It was
800
billions.
million.
No, he was in a billion.
Oh, he was in the billions.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was
That was
in a.
player 100, no? Player 100 is the one you guys are talking about.
Yeah.
The one
I
that,
feel
like,
he's
is
gonna be there
crazy.
for a while.
I hope he dies.
I know,
A
me too.
painful death too.
Well, he's not as bad as the other guys.
No, but
You know
he's
what I mean?
he's like that. He's like that politician corruptness kind of
Yeah.
guy that you just like.
Like the guy from Train to Busan.
Yes, exactly.
But I mean, he's not as bad as the guy from Train to Busan.
But he's got that same feel.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just hate you with such a passion. Who do you think are gonna be the last three people?
I think it's gonna be like either the pregnant. I think the pregnant lady.
Yeah.
there.
I can see that.
And then player 456, of course. But I don't think he's gonna.
I
he
think
might
he's
die.
I'm
gonna
with
die
you.
too.
I'm
Yeah.
I
with
think
you.
he's gonna die a like a pain.
Or if not death, he'll probably he'll be like maybe get a limb or something.
Or maybe he'll help them. I have a good feeling they're gonna escape. But maybe not. But I don't know why. Like,
I feel like that would probably be the best, right?
or
Because
I feel like they're gonna kill them all. Like I think next season, guys. I know like it's
everybody
crazy.
just dies.
No, like I feel like
Nobody
next
gets the
season
four.
there's gonna be like I don't know if there's like I had a feeling that they were just gonna go into the room, like the big room where all the beds are at, and just shoot everybody remaining. Because I feel like they're gonna think everybody's in on this corrupting, or maybe just because
I think the pregnant girl is gonna have something to do with Daeho, the guy that he had the trauma,
Uh-huh.
because there was a little inkling when he was talking about I grew up with 4 sisters, right? Of 4, yeah.
Yeah.
And when they said that, they had like this random pan to just her, and I'm all like,
kind of like a K drama, like
yeah, I'm all like, what did that have to do with?
Yeah.
What was that useless pan to her? And I watch Korean dramas, y'all, and that's
you know,
like she said.
there's,
That's
like,
either
tension.
yeah, that's probably love. But because this is the type of show it is, I think he's gonna take care of her baby.
Interesting.
You think he's gonna
I can see
survive
that.
then?
Although, okay.
I think he's gonna.
By the way,
survive,
before
too. Yes.
I answer the three people question, just a little shout out to him when he played the game.
Yeah, the game. By the way, I've played
my
that game before. Just not that last part, but the other. I played a short.
He was freaking destroying it in
Killed
that
that
game.
game,
Yo, I'm like, what the heck? He was so good at it.
I was like, well, he did say 4 sisters, like,
Yeah.
and they're probably all really good at it if he's that good.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But so I think kind of like what you think. I think the pregnant lady for sure is gonna be in it. Ji-hoon is gonna be another one. There has to be an antagonist in it. I just can't figure out who the antagonist who's left.
It's gonna be the VIP kid.
It could be VIP. VIP I could see because VIP is that he's a piece of trash. And here's what I think. I think Ji-hoon is gonna definitely die. It's the last season.
I agree.
They're not making another season after this one, as far as I understand, because it did say final season on the thingy. So I think Ji-hoon is gonna die, and I think he's gonna die because he can't continue to live with this with the trauma that he just went through. Right? Part of the reason why he wants to do all this is because he feels guilty for. He part of the whole situation, right? He kind of killed some of these people for this money. So Ji-hoon is gonna die, saving the pregnant woman, somehow killing VIP if it's VIP, and then the pregnant woman would be leaving with $4.6 billion. $4.56 billion, sorry.
Yeah, I don't know if she'd win it though. That's the only thing.
I know. I don't.
It's funny I'm calling her a lady because I'm very much older than. But she.
I know she looks like a little girl. She literally
She looks
so
like
young.
a child. Yeah, she's like 20.
And she's a K-pop idol in real life.
Yeah, I do.
Who is it?
And so is
I don't know,
so is he.
I just seen
So
her
is
concert.
so is Myung-gi or 333. He's also
Is
one.
he really? I did not know that.
I
But
forgot what. No.
I just knew that the pregnant girl.
But speaking of K-pop groups, there was Thanos, who I didn't really bring up, but Top. I thought he did an incredible job. A lot of people were thinking that he was going to be the same as the main bad guy not the main bad guy, the main bad participant in the first game. Remember how he was like the big thought?
The one that had the side tattoo on the face.
Yeah, him. People were saying online that Thanos was like kind of be the big bad, and him and 196 is going to have like a very like that very adult like scene like they did in the first one, you know? And I'm like, nah, it wouldn't have happened. I was just like, one, none of Top's fans would have allowed that. You know what I mean? But because the two didn't really match. Like it makes sense that if the prayer girl did something like that, because she kind of has that same energy as the other lady did in the first one.
Yeah.
And speaking of, what's really funny is that lady from the first one that kind of was with the thug guy, they did a drama later on together.
Really?
And yeah. So she played herself as the actress because it was a show about talent managers and then the actors. So she played an actor, and the thug guy played he played the agent, or one of the main agents. Mm-hmm. And he was like, showcasing the, hey, want to welcome everybody from agents to actors, actresses. Thank you. And then the lady goes, oh, hi. And he's like, oh, he gets scared. And so it was like a crossover kind of thing, bringing up Squid Games, which is the funniest part.
Funny.
And so when going back to Top, I thought he did a great job. He was just like a natural punk. He was like a dude that did a great job in music, but then he fell because of 333 and his Bitcoin. And I gotta say, 333, although he's saying that it's not his fault, he's kind of cheeky about it. I don't like the way he's been going to say, I didn't tell you to spend it. Da da da. I didn't do this. You are the ones that told me to buy. You're the ones that bought it. I didn't make you buy it. I didn't tell you. I didn't say give you my money. I don't know how you feel that's like a good thing to say to somebody that can probably fight you.
I mean, I'm guessing he gets so many threats. He's over it. He's like,
yeah,
you're gonna punch me for whether I say sorry or not say sorry. I'm just not gonna apologize anymore.
Yeah. After Thanos did that push in the beginning though, during Red Light, Green Light, I was like, oh man. I was hoping you'd be kind of like a little bit more chivalristic.
What gave you that impression?
Well, because he's a musician and Top. I'm a big fan of Big Bang, so like
there was a lot of little.
He's not Top.
Too,
he's
yeah.
Thanos.
No, but
he's still Top.
Things, yeah.
I mean, if you take out Thanos, like it should be Top. But I guess in here they used. Oh no, they did use Top. It was Sung Hyun, I think is his real name. And yeah, no, like I was expecting him to be something more of like either one of the officers or maybe like one of those cool dudes that just kind of needed money, or you know what I mean?
Interesting.
Like a Big Brother kind of character.
See, I don't know anything about him, but I sure love to hate him.
Yo, Choi Sung-hyun. Yeah, there you go. That's his name.
I mean, he was a really cool character. Like I really liked him, and then there was also like little things like in the Mingle game, like where he was doing the Big Bang Dance.
Oh yeah,
I love that. Like my sister, she used to always put that on the TV. That song in specific.
Bang, bang, bang.
Like I know that dance. Like oh my gosh, Angel, my brother, he used to do it. I was like, oh. So when I saw it, I was just like, oh, that's nice. And then like they also said that the director or producer of Squid Games told Top he could just act however. Like he didn't really have a.
Oh really?
Yeah, they said he didn't really have it. Like that's
cool.
what it said. But they're saying he was just being himself.
And he had those little sweet tart candies.
Yeah. Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
Sweet tarts.
Right.
Those sweet tart candies.
Right.
That's what they were, right, guys?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All I know is that when he got stabbed in the neck,
That was crazy.
satisfying moment of my life.
I was just like, oh, well, there it goes.
I was surprised that he died so early. I honestly thought he was gonna make it to the end.
Did he die early?
I mean, he didn't make it to the end.
Wasn't it?
He
like
died
the
in the
6th
bathroom.
In
episode?
the middle, I believe.
Well, I mean, like he didn't make it to the last game.
Oh,
Like I thought he was gonna be the main antagonist for the games, but he died like day 3 in the games.
And I don't like Namgyu. I don't like that guy. He's like a big instigator, and he went off of Thanos's.
That guy was I hated that guy more. I probably would have been happier him dying than Thanos, just because he's just like that.
He's
the
a
leech.
follower.
He's just a leech.
Yeah.
So I was like, you need to die, bro.
So we obviously we know who we don't like.
Yeah.
And right now, like even like the netizens in Korea, they're not really liking Top's performances. Like there's a lot of stuff going on behind him.
Well, it's because he has a lot of
But,
scandals too, other
yeah.
than the whole thing.
But like he did a great job, I think.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are criticizing his job in there. I think he did. Being an avid, K-drama watcher too.
Now, tell me if this is true or not. This is what I heard. I don't know because I don't know anything about this world, surprisingly. That because there's actual scandals with this guy, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Right? He's in some beef.
Yeah.
Right? Is it true that he did not get paid to play this part?
That I do not know. I'm pretty sure.
That's what I heard.
I'm pretty sure he did because.
I mean, I'm like, how would you say yes and
yeah,
It's 'cause they
because
said-
he should have, because he could bring a lot of people. His name alone would bring people my age and older to the Squid Game.
It's because
I
there
mean,
was
we're
this
already
thing
watching
where
it.
they said that he got blacklisted from acting a lot of
Right.
things. I think that's what you saw, huh? He got
something like that. And when they got him for this, they just said, you could be in it, but we would not gonna
Justice
pay
to
you.
top.
And I'm like, I don't know if that's legal.
I mean,
but
because
don't
if he
know.
did it here, it wouldn't have been it would have been like a normal Friday night.
No, yeah, exactly. It's because in Korea they're way stricter with their
It's all about integrity out there, so it's gotta be
Yeah, integrity. Who wants any of that?
right. Who cares, right? Like, well, I guess, honor would honor be?
Who wants that either? We
Yeah.
want conniving actors and actresses over here.
So, would you guys say that this show had any, I guess, things that we didn't like in it, like the filming, the acting? I don't think there's a lot of.
I like the acting. Like obviously
yeah.
there's little things things didn't.
My only thing I didn't like is the cliffhanger at the end.
Yeah.
I love cliffhanger.
Really? What?
Yeah.
What's
I
wrong
like
with
thinking.
you?
I love thinking. Like what's it called? There's a whole bunch of cliffhangers. I know this is off topic, like the Spider-Man one, like that cliffhanger. I love it.
I don't like that. I like resolution. I like things to be resolved, and I don't have to. I don't watch a movie
That's
or a
almost
show so that I have to think about it. I want to watch it and be satisfied from beginning to end.
Yeah. That's almost like you're folding your shirt, right? And you forget to fold the arm, and you just leave it there.
Yeah,
You ever did that?
100%.
Like, are you thinking that, man, it'd be dope if it went into the closet?
He'll never come back to this show ever again.
He hates us.
Actually, I'm
Oh.
just kidding, guys. But
Okay.
I don't know, guys. I just like
It was
because
good.
like it's like I don't have to. I don't know who's gonna die yet. Like I low key think everyone's gonna die still.
Yeah, it's possible. Highly possible.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think that goes against the rules of the game.
I mean, I don't think everyone's gonna die, but I think
Jae-hoon is definitely going to die. If Jae-hoon survives until the very end, I'll be surprised. But I don't see him surviving until the end.
I don't see him.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be poetic.
I have one more thing that actually I will say I didn't like. Well, it wasn't that I didn't like. I was just confused about it. Season 1 ends with Jae-hoon with like the brightest red hair you could ever imagine in your life.
And then he doesn't even stick with it.
Exactly. I was like, what was the point of the red hair?
Trying to be mysterious so bad. Trying to be the main character.
I think he
so
left
bad.
Comic-Con Korea and he was Psyche K. That's my guess.
Mm.
Because I was like, why are you looking like Psyche K? Or Akashi from
Oh yeah,
Kuroko no Basket?
he became like
Huh?
he can read minds now. He can
Right,
do
all of a
stuff.
sudden, I was just like, why he looking like, Morgan's cousin from Magi? You know what I'm saying? I was just like, there's a lot of people that he was looking like.
And so he decided to
And
switch
he's
it back.
like, you know what? I'm going to play the game. Let's go back to natural.
I don't like that.
Or maybe he couldn't afford it. Not.
He couldn't afford the red fading.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of red. Fading
lot
out
of
all,
red.
every
And
day.
that's a really
He's
bright
that's
red.
Super
Yeah, that
Saiyan
would-
God.
You
Bro.
would have to dye that every day to keep it that red.
But anyway, so if I were to grade this show, I think the show was great. I mean, I think it was a great continuation. But I think I'm gonna give it a B. I think it was a B. It was a B. It was too short. 7 episodes. was
Okay,
too short.
I do agree with you.
And Shadowstorm should have had cooler scenes, but those aren't things that need to be brought up. But yeah, a B.
I don't know if it's an A or a B.
What do you feel in your heart?
Like I feel like it could be like a low A but a high B.
So
A B plus.
A minus,
So like,
Yeah.
okay, do like, hold on, what was that? B plus, A minus?
A minus.
What is that? Like a 89 or 90%?
Like a 89.
89%. So it's a B plus. It's a mega B plus.
Mega
Okay.
Just because it was like, I mean, it was so good. Like, I really liked how everything was portrayed and all the plot twists. And, like, all the, some
The
deaths
dead.
sucked. Some
She liked everybody.
deaths
This
sucked.
girl really wants
Like,
everyone to
Mimi?
die in this.
No, guys, Mimi was cool. I liked Mimi. Mimi was, like, a cute little girl, but she died. Like, she was best friends with
Young
120.
Me? Yeah.
We did not talk about her.
Oh, yeah, we didn't talk about her.
Who?
And we also...
Young Me.
Yeah.
Mimi.
Mimi, the girl that got shot.
The one that wanted to go home. She started crying. She said, I want to go home.
And she,
That girl?
like, they shot her because she was, like, looking in the door. And she was like,
Oh, the one that was following around the sergeant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
120, yeah.
Yeah, that was super
They
Her
were,
dog
tight.
thing.
like, best friends.
They were tight.
But like,
Super
other
sad.
than that,
All
I
right.
agree. I give it an A minus. You guys are too harsh over here. Look,
I said
2025,
the
Leo.
same thing as you.
More optimistic. More optimistic over here.
I
A
said-
minus.
I said the same thing
And
as
you give it a B plus.
Okay, it's like the same
So
thing.
he gave it a what, 90? A 90%?
Yeah. Barely passing. Barely passing.
Yeah, I give it 85%. Okay. See,
Holy
that's
moly, he's really down there.
fine. It's a B.
But it's 'cause
The new
he's-
Simon Cowell, everyone.
Golden buzzer.
But no, I mean my only complaint is too short. Like the cliffhanger situation. I was like, really? We waited 3 years so that you give us this, and I didn't know it was coming out. Like in when is it supposed to come out? September?
Fall.
Or
Fall.
oh,
Same
summer?
time as this one did.
This one came out in December, homie. That's not fall. That's winter.
Well, you know what I mean. In November, closer
That
to
is-
December.
Too long, but at least it's less than 3 years. So you know what? That's a positive. But yeah, I give it an A minus. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, but you also got to remember too, like my grade comes from the fact that Gi-hun didn't really have a solid plan. Like it sounded kind of good, but I'm like, how?
Bro,
There's too many people. You don't even know the ins. You don't know how the system
He was
works
being-
inside yet.
he was, he had desperate optimism going on. That's what it was. He desperately wanted them to like. He's like, oh no! Once they realize that people are going to die, they'll definitely want to stop this game.
And
Homie,
another thing.
you saw people die,
Right.
and you still wanted to play the game.
Yeah. And another thing too. You remember how everybody was dying, right? There's chucking everything, and then they went to go steal the guns, right? During that time, they didn't decide to shoot the other side, right? I was like, those guys are animals. They're the ones that came over. You know what I mean? I was just like, I'm surprised none of the others, but one guy did want to shoot. Remember that one guy? But he's like, no, that's not what we're here for. I was like, that's wild. That's a wild way of thinking. You just let these other guys say, oh yeah, it's fine that you killed our people. It's fine.
A bunch of them.
Yeah, it's cool, dude, because we have other things in mind. And I'm like, so that's all another part where my B comes in. I was just like, what was your plan exactly, Ji-hoon? Huh? 456? Huh?
Desperate optimism, man. Desperate optimism.
I don't know. I thought that it was kind of tricky to do anyway. You know, I mean, it's not something easy to just kind of just come up with. No, but that's going to wrap up this episode. Follow us on IG, Facebook, X, and TikTok. You can catch all of our videos and video content on YouTube. Please leave a review as it will help this podcast grow. And join our community on Discord. Thanks for hanging out with us. And don't forget to turn it to 11.